On the battlefield, when infantry hear a horrifying roar like the howl of a giant monster, they know something is about to be torn apart. That's the sound of a 7-barrel cannon spitting fire from an aircraft that's ugly but terrifying. People call it the flying gun. This is the A-10 Thunderbolt, nicknamed the Warthog. So why can a single aircraft strike such fear into both the infantry and the tanks of the enemy? The A-10 Thunderbolt is an attack aircraft built by America's Fairchild Republic. Unlike sleek fighters made for dogfighting, the A-10 was born with a single purpose: close air support for the infantry on the ground. It flies low, flies slow, and hugs the battlefield to destroy tanks, armored vehicles, and ground targets. Its entire design revolves around durability and overwhelming firepower, not speed or beauty. It's a war machine that's ruthlessly practical. The A-10 was born out of a Cold War need. Back then, America and its allies feared the seas of Soviet tanks that could pour across Europe if war broke out. They needed an aircraft that could destroy tanks by the hundreds right on the battlefield. The first A-10 flew in 1972 and officially entered service in 1977. It was designed to operate even in harsh conditions, from rough improvised airstrips near the front lines. The heart of the A-10 is the enormous GAU-8 Avenger cannon mounted right in the center of the fuselage. This is a 7-barrel Gatling-style cannon, 30 millimeters in caliber, nearly as long as a small car. The entire aircraft is essentially built around this gun. When it opens fire, it can spit out nearly 4,000 rounds per minute. The recoil of the cannon is so powerful it can actually slow the aircraft down in flight. This very gun produces the signature roar that terrifies the enemy. The rounds of the GAU-8 are no ordinary ammunition. They include armor-piercing shells made from depleted uranium and extremely heavy and hard metal. Fired at terrifying speed, these rounds can punch through the top and rear armor of a tank, where the plating is thinner. Just one short burst is enough to turn an armored vehicle into a burning heap of scrap metal. This penetrating power makes the A-10 a true nightmare for any tank column that shows itself on the battlefield. Flying low through a net of anti-aircraft fire means the A-10 gets hit often. That's why the designers wrapped the cockpit in a thick layer of titanium armor, likened to a titanium bathtub surrounding the pilot. This armor can withstand small-caliber rounds and shrapnel, protecting the pilot from ground fire. It's thanks to this survivability-first design that many A-10 pilots have escaped death even when their aircraft was shot to pieces. It's a philosophy that puts protecting human life above all else. The A-10 is famous for its almost unbelievable ability to absorb damage. It has 2 engines mounted high and apart at the rear, so if one is shot out, the other still brings the aircraft home. Its control systems are built with multiple layers of redundancy, letting the pilot keep flying even after losing part of the hydraulics. There have been A-10s that return to base with a wing riddled with holes, half a tail gone, or one engine dead. That toughness has become a legend among pilots. Beyond its famous cannon, the A-10 can also carry a diverse arsenal on pylons under its wings. It can carry Maverick missiles built for killing tanks, precision-guided bombs, conventional bombs, and even short-range air-to-air missiles for self-defense. With a weapons payload of over 7 tons, a single A-10 can sweep across an entire section of battlefield. The combination of a heavy cannon and externally mounted weapons lets it flexibly deal with many different target types on the same flight. What makes the A-10 so effective at ground support is its ability to fly slow and circle. While fast jets only streak past a target in a split second, the A-10 can loiter over the battlefield, observe carefully, and strike precisely. It flies slow enough for the pilot to tell friend from foe, avoiding casualties among their own comrades. This ability to prowl over the heads of the infantry makes ground troops see the A-10 as a guardian angel whenever they're pinned down and surrounded. The A-10 truly shone in the Gulf War of 1991. In that conflict, A-10 squadrons destroyed thousands of tanks, armored vehicles, artillery pieces, and trucks belonging to the Iraqi army. They operated day and night, sweeping through motorized columns and becoming the nightmare of enemy tank crews. Despite having to fly low through dense anti-aircraft fire, the A-10's survival rate remained very high thanks to its rugged design. That war proved its irreplaceable value. After the Gulf War, the A-10 continued to serve in the conflicts in Iraq, Afghanistan, and many other hotspots. On these battlefields, it was frequently called in to rescue infantry units trapped in fierce fighting. Just hearing the roar of the A-10's cannon, the soldiers' morale would instantly surge while the enemy scattered and fled. Its ability to loiter for long periods, carry lots of weapons, and strike precisely made it the most trusted friend of the troops fighting on the ground. The A-10 has never been considered a beautiful aircraft. With its clunky body, two engines sticking out like a pair of humps, and a rugged nose, it earned the nickname Warthog. But that very ugliness is the result of an absolutely practical design philosophy. Every detail serves the mission and survivability, with nothing wasted on looks. To the soldiers it protects, this ugly Warthog is the most beautiful sight in the sky. For many years, the fate of the A-10 has been a subject of heated debate. The U.S. Air Force has repeatedly wanted to retire it to free up budget for more modern aircraft like the F-35. But Army generals and many lawmakers fiercely objected, believing no aircraft supports the infantry as well as the A-10. This tug-of-war dragged on for years. Even so, plans to gradually retire the A-10 have now moved forward, marking the end of a legend that served for nearly half a century. Even if it is retired, the A-10's legacy remains fully intact. It redefined what a true close air support aircraft should be. The combination of overwhelming firepower, extraordinary survivability, and a tight bond with the infantry on the ground became a standard hard to surpass. Every debate about replacing it has to revolve around the question of how to recreate those special qualities. The A-10 proved that sometimes simplicity and practicality create the most enduring strength of all. In the future, the A-10's ground support role may be shared among many different kinds of hardware. Modern multi-role fighters, attack helicopters, and even drones are gradually taking on part of this mission. But none of them can deliver the same sense of reassurance and direct deterrence as the roar of the A-10's cannon. The question of whether new technology can truly replace this legend remains wide open. Only time and the battlefields of the future will answer it. The A-10 Thunderbolt will forever be remembered as the flying gun, the Warthog that protected countless soldiers and struck terror into the enemy for nearly 50 years. It's proof of a design philosophy that puts the mission and human life above all else. Though it's not flashy, it has written its name into history as one of the most respected aircraft ever to take to the sky. If you found this video interesting, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it to support us. See you in the next episodes with many more incredible pieces of military hardware.